London, a sharp rally in zinc prices is posing the threat that industrial users will find ways to substitute the metal with cheaper alternatives or use less, curbing overall consumption. High prices may also dampen a nascent move by Chinese automakers to use more zinc for galvanizing, while the Western car sector could employ thinner coats of zinc alloys to help meet tough emission rules by cutting vehicle weight. We expect zinc prices to carry on going up for at least another 12 months, so I think there is clearly a growing risk of demand destruction in some shape or form, said analyst Andrew Thomas at consultancy Wood Mackenzie. Benchmark zinc on the London Metal Exchange has doubled since January last year, hitting a peak of $3.231.75 a ton in late August, the highest in a decade. Analysts say prices would have to remain high for around 6 months to spur substitution, but many expect shortages to become more severe, further lifting values. Wood Mackenzie forecasts zinc will average $3.875 next year, up a quarter from $3.097 a ton at the close on Monday. The longer prices stay above these rare feed levels, the more chances of demand being whittled away, said Robin Barr, head of metals research at Societe Generale in London. Slower penetration in China. More than half of global zinc consumption is used for galvanizing steel to protect it against corrosion. In the Western auto industry, the bulk of steel is galvanized because manufacturers typically give consumers 10-year corrosion guarantees. In China's booming auto market, galvanizing accounts for less than 20% of the sector, but it is growing quickly. My biggest concern is related to market penetration in the automotive sector, Thomas said. We've seen quite robust demand from the Chinese auto sector over the last 2 to 3 years, so it's not inconceivable that high zinc prices could slow the process. Another threat is alloys that combine zinc with aluminium and/or magnesium, allowing galvanizers to reduce the thickness of coatings by up to half, while retaining corrosion protection. Some of the alloys are magneless, which is produced by the world's biggest steelmaker, ArcelorMittal, as well as Galfan and Galvalume. In galvanizing, you would see a move towards thinner coatings, so you could see the amount of zinc per ton of sheet decreasing, said Helen Auclery, senior consultant at Crew. High prices could be an added incentive for automakers to switch to thinner coatings, which would help them cut vehicle weight in order to boost compliance with strict pollution laws. Although substitution is usually gradual, the warning signals are flashing now that prices have surmounted $3.000 for the first time since 2007. Certainly the galvanizers are saying that when the price goes above $3.000 it is more difficult for them to pass on the zinc surcharge to customers, Auclery said. No one's panicking at this level, but the conversation is being had, particularly in the die casting sector, where generally it's easier to substitute. Die casting, in which molten metal is molded into components, accounts for around 10% to 15% of zinc consumption.